Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Lo and welcome to my YouTube channel. I guess this is what we're doing in 2020 during quarantine. We're finally tackling endeavors that we've wanted to tackle for a long time, like a YouTube channel, a personal YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel connected to my website, which is all about women's sports, which I will tag below. But this is the first time that you guys will get to know a little bit about me. So in today's video, I'm gonna get straight to it. It's going to be a grocery haul. So just a little bit about myself and what this video is kind of meant to be about. I am 34, gonna be 35 in the summer, and it's about time that I stop eating like I'm 24. Okay. Because of my lifestyle, I am on the go all the time, especially with the nature of my regular day job. And fast food has been my crutch for many, many years. And this quarantine, I realized, well, I actually realized it before the quarantine, but it became really evident that when I'm not working, like when I'm not in my car, I don't eat fast food at all. So since this quarantine has gone on a little bit longer than a lot of us would have liked, unfortunately, um, I decided to try to work on changing my diet. So this haul will be a mix of everything. It's gonna be a mix of things that we need for the house, like that we normally eat. It's gonna be a mixture of some kind of like some healthy options. For the most part, it's like a pretty healthy haul. And there's gonna be a lot of items leaning towards the plant-based side of things. So the plant-based diet, as you guys know, you probably have heard of, because you can find all over YouTube if you've never heard of it. Trust me, because I'm not the one to explain it perfectly, because I'm learning myself. So I wanted to incorporate more of a plant-based diet for a long time, for many of the obvious reasons, to be healthy, to lose weight. Like I said, I am going to be 35, so I do need to change my diet. I do plan on having children soon, God willing. So I'm trying to just prep my body for the next 35 years of my life, right? So my brother actually has been vegetarian for over 10 years now. He's maybe a few years younger than me, and he's been vegetarian since he was in his late teens, like 19, like 18, 19 or something like that. And now he's transitioning to being vegan. So he's been kind of in my ear the last how many years, but I wasn't trying to give up pork chops. I wasn't trying to give up ribs, and technically I still am not. So I'm not going cold turkey yet, guys, because it ain't in me, right? But I want to just kind of incorporate more plant-based meals versus go cold turkey, because I already know me. I can go cold turkey. Like, I love wings. Summertime is here. You best believe I'm finna go outside and get me something sloppy once outside is open again, right? But my main goal was to cut down the amount of meat-based meals I have in a week. So let's say instead of eating meat 7 days a week, I'll have meat maybe 3 days a week. Or at least once a day, one of those meals at a breakfast, lunch, and dinner and a snack, at least only one of those meals would be meat-based, right? So I'm just kind of taking my time because I know me, right? Everybody has to know themselves. For those of you guys who can go cold turkey, I salute you, I applaud you, but that's not my ministry yet. So, and the reason I know that is because I've tried it before, right? I've experimented with different types of diets. I've done the Daniel fast before. I've tried to go through keto. I've tried to do paleo. And when I strip things out just like kind of suddenly, especially things that I'm kind of like my body has grown accustomed to being dependent on, like sugar, caffeine, I realized that once that sugar rush comes, or when it's about to be that time of the month and I'm PMSing and I kind of lean on those things to make me feel better, that's usually when it all goes to shits, right? So I'm going to get to the haul. So I'm going to show you what I got. Now, the stuff that I bought, I'm running on 5 minutes for this introduction. It's so long. If you want to pass through this part, if you want to fast forward to this part, I completely understand because I do it too. But real quick before we get to the haul, so I went to a bunch of different grocery stores. So I live in the New York area, and I would say maybe about a 40 or 50% of the stuff that I'm going to show you guys is from Trader Joe's. And the other is a mixture of other grocery stores around my house. So there's Stop and Shop. For those of you guys who live in the New York area, you might be familiar with Stop and Shop. I don't know if Stop and Shop is in other states. It's kind of like a big chain, like your Kroger's or your Winn-Dixie or something like that. So I went to Stop and Shop, and yesterday actually, I stopped by a small grocery store that's kind of like a natural, exotic things to find some things that I know I can't find in your regular place. And to me, Trader Joe's doesn't have the best veggie selection. They're kind of like straight to the point with your basics. So I went there to kind of find some like specialty kind of things. And like I said, it's just a mixture, a plethora of stuff. I went to my little Dominican supermarket right there because they held me down this time. And I'm going to tell you how I was looking for red wine vinegar at all the fancy supermarkets. And I went down to my hermanos and my hermanas, and sure enough, they had it because Goya. So I will get to that in a second as well. So it's a mixture of things. And as far as people who've influenced me, as far as wanting to be more curious about this journey, like I said, my brother is the main one. I have a few of my friends that I follow, that I know personally, and that, through their pages on like social media, that they're becoming, like one girl, Love Rashida, who's my homegirl from my old church. She's a vegan enthusiast. And as far as people that I do not know personally, Tabitha Brown, I just discovered her a month ago, and let me tell you how much money I dropped because of her. Because of Auntie Tabitha, okay? Tabitha Brown is a big one. I've been watching Sweet Potato Soul, actually, for a long time as well. And there's like a couple of other websites that I just can't think off the top of my head, but all of them have kind of influenced me to kind of take this step, as well as having a lot more time to cook and a lot more time to experiment because of quarantine. I am working from home, but we are working on a modified schedule. So I'm working every other day, which kind of really helps. So that way I'm able to eat earlier. So I'll just give you like one of the quick reasons why I really want to change my diet. So last year, I want to say, when did I quit my last job? 2015. So I want to say maybe 2014-ish. I first started to have really bad symptoms of acid reflux. I remember just feeling like this weird feeling all the time, like just sitting here, like a burning sensation. I remember feeling like it was like the weirdest thing. And then I went to the doctor, said, "Oh, it's acid reflux." I'm like, okay, so whatever. Didn't really do much research to it because it kind of came and went. It was like there for like a good couple of, maybe like a week or two, and then it went away. Fast forward to, I want to say 2018-ish, it started to come around again. And now I went to another my doctor again. He diagnosed me with GERD. Basically, it's like persistent acid reflux. And he prescribed me medication, but sorry, doc, I didn't take my meds. Because, first of all, them pills were mad big. And second of all, I'm like, there has to be ways that I could tackle this on my own. So one thing I try to do is to eat earlier. But like I said, because of the nature of my job that I do, it was really hard for me to eat earlier all the time because sometimes I had to work really late. Like sometimes I'll be done with work at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And then depending on where my job has me, because my job, I travel every day for it. Depending on where I ended my day, sometimes I'm 10 minutes from my house and sometimes I'm 55 minutes from my house. So sometimes I'll end up eating fast food on the way home or ordering out. So I would say over the last 3 months, especially since quarantine started, when quarantine first started, we were ordering out all the time, okay? And after the quarantine stopped, when it first started, I realized like, even more so than ever, what triggered my eating the way it did. So first of all, yeah, I was so excited to be home, I would be like sleeping late. So I was eating later. Foods that trigger, like for sure now that I know triggers my GERD, pasta. Like, especially heavy pastas. I'm talking about like chicken Alfredos, like those real rich pastas. Pizza is a culprit. Pizza, let me take off my glasses. Pizza is the enemy, okay? And I'm not even talking about like a nice healthy flatbread pizza. I'm talking about calling a nice little Italian spot. Pizza literally is the culprit. So two things I started to do that helped. Like I said, I started to try to eat earlier. And B, I started to honor my body when she says I'm done. If you grew up in most cultures, especially Black cultures, in my case Caribbean culture, I'm Haitian, you gotta finish your plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, finish your whole plate. So sometimes I'll think with my eyes and not my stomach, and I'll put too much food in my plate, and then I'll feel like obligated to have to finish the whole thing. So now when I feel a little full, like, even if it's not a little, even if it's not like a full like itis, if I feel a little full, I'll stop. And if an hour later I kind of want a little more, then I'll go get like a little bit more, or maybe I'll finish the portion I have. But I don't force myself to eat it all in one sitting anymore. And if I go out to eat, I also take things. I take things home, even if it's like a little piece of steak that's like this small. It's coming home with me, like, because first of all, I pay for it. Second of all, I ain't finna waste it because I might want it again. And sometimes leftovers are bomb the second day anyway. Anyway, so yes, so GERD has been a major factor. So now that I know eating earlier helps sometimes, because even with the, oh, and another thing, I can't lay down after I eat, because that's when the GERD gets popping. If I catch the itis after I eat, that's why I had to cut down my portion so I don't get to the point where I get fatigued. Because if I lay down on the couch, I don't mean like flat out, I mean even if I lean back, the digestion isn't proper. So I had to kind of modify those things. So now that I modified those habits, now my next thing is to tackle the eating and the cuisine and the lifestyle. So that's where we are at. This was a very long-winded introduction. I did not mean for it to be this long, y'all. But for those of you guys who have continued watching it to this point, thank you so much. And now we're going to dive right into the haul. Now, before I end, I plan on making some more videos. It's going to be a plethora of things. So this is not going to be a vegan channel. It's not going to be a makeup channel. It's going to just be whatever I feel. That's what's going to be posted. And the one theme I will say, though, is that I do like trying new things. I like trying new food. I love trying new makeup. Hello. I love music. I love sports. I'm a big sports person. Shout out to my girl. We got Game 2, and I'll tell you guys about my sports endeavors as well. So this channel will just kind of be me talking about different things that I want to try, things I may not like. So it's going to be a plethora of things for you guys to just kind of get into the mind of who Lo is and what Lo is about. So hit the subscribe button, share this video if you like, come back and hang out with me next time. But in the meantime, let me show you what I just dropped so much money on over the last week and a half. Let's go. Because it's such a big haul, I try to separate the groceries based off where I purchased them. Okay, so this side here are stuff that I purchased from, like I said, the mixture of different stores. And then the middle are fruits and vegetables that I got just randomly. And then here is the Trader Joe's side. So we're going to get to that second. Let's start off here. All right. So real quick, you see a lot of basics here that I really don't probably have to get too far into. You got your strawberries, you got your turkey breast. Like I said, I'm not going cold turkey. And I do live with my fiance who is not necessarily trying to do the plant-based thing. So I have to make sure that I hold him down too. Some tofu here that's open. That's because I made a egg quote unquote scramble earlier this week and actually came out really good. I just bought this yesterday. I actually have this or had it before, and I left it at my mother's house on Thanksgiving and I never bought it again. This smoked salt, this is actually really good, especially if you're making collard greens. So I use this on Thanksgiving because my brother is vegetarian and clearly you can't, you know, finesse greens the way you normally would. So this actually does the trick. I bought this, I actually bought this a while ago and I just opened it today. This olive vodka sauce by Stu Leonard's. And I'm going to show you what I made it with earlier today for lunch. I actually have 2 packs of these, but I only have 1 out. These oyster mushrooms. Now I went on a witch hunt trying to find these oyster mushrooms, boy, because again, Tabitha Brown. And I finally found it at that little special, actually no, I found it at another little supermarket that I didn't actually check out in the beginning, and they had it. So I got this. I'm going to try to make quote unquote fried fish with this over the weekend. Also I got this So Delicious cashew milk ice cream. Now I've been binging on their ice cream bars. that are amazing, but the supermarket didn't have any more. So I wanted to try something different from them, which is this one. And actually it's really good too. My fiance loves it. And so we'll be, you know, indulging in these a little bit more. I bought this Texas Pete because I'm going to try to make buffalo cauliflower. We do have hot sauce here, but we don't have that much. So I bought this just specifically to cook with. Now this bread here clearly is done because we go through this bread all the time. This is the best bread I've ever had in my entire life. Nature's Own, crafted, multigrain. Go find it. It's the shit. I'm telling you, just straight up. Like, sorry for the language, but all right. So I got this Daiya cheddar style shreds, dairy-free cheese. I'm gonna try to use this over the week, and see how it works. Got some white wine. Got my red cooking wine because my poppies held me down. They had this. I was looking all over for this because I wanted to try this lentil bolognese recipe that Tabitha Brown did, and she used red wine, and I could not find red cooking wine. I kept seeing red wine vinegar, which I think I accidentally said in the intro, but I was actually looking for cooking red wine, and they had it. So I'm so excited. It's a nice big bottle. It's going to last me a long time. I actually bought this too from that little specialty supermarket. This Daiya quote unquote bacon mac and cheddar style mac and cheese. I'm gonna give this a try. I actually wanted to try it for dinner last night, but I just didn't eat last night because I was too tired and I came home too late. So I'm gonna try this over the next couple of days as well. Some flaxseed that I picked up from Whole Foods a little while ago, and could never go wrong with the clutchest breakfast ever. Except my beans, so I can make some stuff with beans in it. Now I know it's a travesty to use canned beans when you make rice and beans, especially as a Caribbean, but listen, I ain't got time to be soaking beans, so it is what it is. I clean it thoroughly though. As far as veggies go, so I actually watched a video earlier this week about how to store vegetables properly because so much of my vegetables were rotting so quickly. And one mistake I was doing was I was putting the onions and the root vegetables kind of in the same thing, and actually the acid from the onions spoils vegetables really, really quickly. So the onions are in a separate bowl by themselves. Here I have some fruit and other things that are okay. I got some of these yesterday. That's why they're still in bags. I got some eggplant. Now, I actually don't like eggplant, but I've only had it two ways. The way my mom used to make it, which I hated, and eggplant parmesan, which I don't like either. So I'm going to try. That's why I only bought one. I'm going to try to make it in some kind of way that might be a little bit more appetizing, so to speak. Okay. I got some tomatoes here, some oranges down here. Gotta stay strapped here in the middle of this coronavirus, and some bananas that I just bought 2 days ago. And here with the root vegetables, I have some potatoes here. They're loose because I didn't want a whole big bag because I never use a whole big bag. I'm going to try to make like a lentil soup or something with it, or maybe some potato wedges. Hopefully my fiance come back with his mother's air fryer. I can make me some potato wedges. I have some loose, big sweet potatoes here, and a bag of some small red potatoes. Oh, I'll leave that alone. I'll pick it up later. And some ginger, as well as some aloe vera. Again, coronavirus, you guys stay strapped. I'm all about going to the doctor, making sure you're good, but I actually bought this a while ago and it kind of lasted. It's kind of like going a little bit tough to use it again. I have bought this because I actually wanted to make my own hand sanitizer, but God came through and I ended up finding some hand sanitizer of my own, so I didn't have to make none. So I might just use that to make some kind of something for my hair or my skin. I didn't put this in the Trader Joe's pile, but let me tell you, these pita chips, they go in this house. They are amazing, along with their hummus, which I didn't put out here, but hummus is hummus. Trader Joe's hummus is amazing. All right. So now let's get to the Trader Joe's side of things. Excuse me if my camera is a little wobbly. I might try to re-record this actually with my actual DSLR, which is behind me. But I'm going to see how it looks like on the phone first. But I might actually end up pulling her out and recording on her too. All right, so the Trader Joe's haul. So let's start. So I have some Mexican style regular shredded cheese. Again, like I said, my fiance is not really doing the plant-based thing, and I just wanted to have something in case he doesn't like some of those non-dairy options. So we usually use this mainly for when we make eggs and put some cheese in it primarily. All right. Their oat milk is to die for from Trader Joe's specifically. I love their oat milk. So got that. This is actually our second one. We just ran out yesterday. I have some grapeseed oil as well as some avocado oil right there, which I'm going to pull up. So I have grapeseed oil and I have avocado oil. Now I'm so used to using grapeseed oil in my hair and using raw avocados. Well, I eat actually raw avocados because they're life. But, and I've used it in my hair too. So I'm going to try these two oils as just two new oils to try to cook with. I typically stick to olive oil and canola oil. So I'm trying new oils to cook with. Now this is empty because I had this for lunch. So this was some butternut squash ravioli from Trader Joe's. And that is what I used with the olive vodka sauce for lunch today. And it was delicious. So this is actually a hit. My fiance loved it too. So I may go and pick up a few more packs of this at a later date. And I also picked up this flavor, this goat cheese, and some dried tomato ravioli, which I'll probably make sometime next week. It's frozen because I put it in the freezer. What else I got here? Again, some sharp cheddar cheese to go with our turkey breast here to make some sandwiches. Well, we run out of bread, but when he buys some bread again this weekend. Some shiitake mushrooms. Again, I wanted to try some new recipes using shiitake mushrooms. I've had shiitake mushrooms before. I just never ate them. I never made them. So I want to try to make them soon. I know with mushrooms, you got to kind of use them quick. And these starting to look like they need to be used quickly. So going to get into that. Some seasonings here. So I got this Norakomi Furikake. This is a seasoning that I kept seeing Tabitha Brown use. She had Nora Furikake and Norakomi Furikake. This is the one that I found in Trader Joe's. It's basically like a seaweed, like a dark seaweed. I'm interested in how the flavor might be. Now, I have had seaweed like chips and I hated it, but I'm sure this might taste different. So let's see what happens. I also bought this umami seasoning, which is basically like a mushroom type seasoning. It's like a blend of different types of mushrooms. As you can see here, dried onions, porcini mushrooms, white button mushrooms. So we'll see how it tastes. And this is just some basil. I have basil. No, not basil leaves. I have bay leaves. Sorry, wrong thing. Excuse that. Anyway, I got some lentils. I have some green lentils. Actually, I have 2 packs of green lentils, as well as some red lentils. These I did not get from Trader Joe's. These actually I got from another supermarket, so I should have put it over there. But whatever, that's fine. This right here is Trader Joe's. I'll take the clip off. This is their honey roasted almonds. Let me tell you, as you can see, this right here and this, they go so quickly. This is amazing in smoothies. It's amazing on top of yogurt. So what we do is we actually use some Greek yogurt. I typically tend to go for the Trader Joe's kind, but any Greek yogurt would do, any kind of yogurt period, with some blueberries. Sprinkle this on top, drizzle a little honey, baby. Addicting. Okay. I actually got this yellow curry sauce. Now, a friend of mine was telling me that if I want to make chickpeas, this would be like a good yellow curry. Not this particular brand, but it's to saute it, put it in some curry sauce and have it over rice, and it's a good like meal. Now the curry I have is Jamaican curry, which I know tastes different than the curry she was probably referring to. So that's why I decided to pick this up. And it was like $2.99. This Green Goddess salad dressing actually is pretty good. I want to try to make it on my own since the ingredients are like right there. And actually what I did was I have bought some tahini sauce, right? Now, I got tahini sauce mixed up. There's like another sauce that a lot of people eat in Greek cuisine that begins with a T as well. I thought that's what I was buying. But this is a straight up ground chickpeas. So what I did was I mixed this and this, added just like a little sprinkle of salt, and I drizzled it when I made some stuffed sweet potatoes earlier this week. Child, that was the key right there. Some chia seeds that I use inside smoothies, and I make chia pudding with this as well. I hate quinoa. Now, let me tell you, I do not like, I'm a big texture person. So I normally don't like things like this that are like gritty. But I know quinoa is so good for me. So I'm going to try to put my big girl panties on and force myself to cook quinoa in a way that is really, really delicious. I picked up some juice, some mango passion fruit juice here. My fiance is a big, well, both of us are big juice people. Let me not just put that on him. We're both big juice people, and I felt like this was like a nice alternative to whatever you find, your Minute Maids. Even though Minute Maids are the goats, but we're trying to live better. I got some jackfruit and brine. I'm gonna try to make jackfruit. Now I have bought some jackfruit before. It's actually in the refrigerator. I didn't take it out. I bought it in a pack, and it was like kind of like pre-made. So all you have to do is like season it. It's like a Tex-Mex and a barbecue, and I did not like their version. So I'm gonna try to make my own version from scratch of whatever flavoring I want. This barbecue sauce is really good. So I picked up another jar of that. Some tomato paste, some ghee as well. Trying this, I always hear some people use this kind of ghee in their stuff, so I'm going to use that. I picked up some spelt flour as well. I picked up some coconut aminos. I meant to get liquid aminos, but this is the one I ended up picking up, and I'm sure it does the same thing. I actually have 2 of these in my cabinet, but I only pulled out one today. This fusilli pasta, this whole wheat pasta. I have 2 of these. Hopefully that'll last us a couple of weeks. These golden berries I just tried for the first time, and they're so good. I'm so happy the guy in Trader Joe's convinced me to buy them. They're delicious. Like quick little snack that's pop in your mouth. If you want a little sweetness in your mouth, it's great. Some blueberries. I'm almost done, guys. I'm reaching the home stretch. Garbanzo beans, again, the chickpeas. There's a lot of things that I grew up hating, but I'm like, you know what? They're good for you, Lorene. Like, be a big girl. Put your big girl panties on and, get it together. All right? All right, so I got some walnuts because... Oh, they're open. Oh, no, they're not open. Okay. I got some walnuts because a good little snack, again, top it on some stuff, as well as I hear that this is a really good meat substitute. So I'm going to try to grind it and use that actually to make that lentil bolognese. I picked up some almond flour as well. I picked up some nutritional yeast and some almond butter, which is so good. I haven't had this in years, and I finally bought it again. It's so good. And I also have their peanut butter as well. Now, we do have a jar of Jiffy because my fiance was not feeling this peanut butter at all. So we have a jar of Jiffy because he was just not with. And I get it. Sometimes you gotta like ease them on in. You gotta put your little toe in the water. And I got some diced tomatoes as well. So that's pretty much my grocery haul. I'll give you like one more little panoramic view. Excuse me, that's going out of focus. Again, like I said, I'm recording this on my phone. And this was good. I'm hoping I could get to use everything before they expire. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys have any suggestions, any comments, please leave them in the comment section. Any words of encouragement, or if you guys know any other people I should be following, let me know as well. That'll be great. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace. Stay safe and wash your hands. Bye.